Hello, and welcome to Tuzzle Tuesday, where we're going to be playing Northwest. I'm Graham.
I am Bree.
And this is a game we're getting more copies in.
Yes,
I
it
believe.
is out of stock, but if you put your out of stock notifications on, we have more copies confirmed coming in.
Yeah. So make sure you sign up for those restock alerts.
Yeah.
And we got more coming in.
Yep.
First, I just want to say this is a good smelling game.
Yeah.
It's all you just get a bag of wood of all these cubes, and the board is made of wood, and just opening it up, I'm like, oh, this game smells good.
Yes.
So
components are amazing. They look very, very cool.
good little guy.
We got a nice little hiker guy. We got these wooden cubes. Yeah. So in this game, Northwest, we're going to be hikers in the Northwest, hiking around and studying things and recording things in our journal. These little things represent our journals. So we're going to eventually make a 4x4 grid of all the stuff, and depending on what's on our grid, we will score points, and then whoever has the most points will win. Yeah.
Cool.
Let's just do the overhead so I can explain what the symbols do.
Exactly. And hello, Sarah.
Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, so look at these nice little squares. So the squares setup is randomized. We roll all the dice squares and then put them on the board. And those, you have a nice little Pinecone pyramid over here I already destroyed.
Mm-hmm. I figured you'd come in and mess everything up.
Yeah, so. Exactly. You know I'm a monster. So each of these cubes actually have the same symbol depicted on all the sides, but one of the sides has a pinecone symbol as well. And that's supposed to be a random, how you randomize the placement of all the pinecone pieces. As well as, like, don't accidentally end up with too many Bigfoot on the table as once. So there are 5 symbols on here, so 5 different types of dice here. They're the mushrooms. You've got some...
Try holding up. So
mushroom.
maybe it could focus. There's a mushroom symbol.
Yep. We also got ferns. That's a maple.
Oh, I don't know plants. So
ferns.
Fern.
We also got maples. I'll hold up the maple. Bees. I'll get a bee so you can grab Bigfoot. We got some bees here, and then we got a Sasquatch. Bigfoot. So these are the things you can find in the Northwest. Like everybody knows, you can find mushrooms, ferns, maples, bees, and big feet. And that's it.
It's funny. It's because the rules say the last person who walked in the woods goes first, and Bree and I had to sit here and think, like, when was the last time we walked in the woods? And I realized the last time I did was when I was in Seattle. So
nice.
I was literally.
I think that wins.
I was in the Northwest when I walked in the woods.
Did you find any big feet?
Just my own.
So yeah, I'll just let you go first with that then. So yes, starting player, first player gets to pick this guy up, and he's gonna drop him on any mushroom piece in this entire thing. So we'll let Graham go ahead and do that. I like to find one, if I'm going first, that has a pinecone symbol, so I can start with a pinecone, but...
There's one right here.
There's also one right over here, too.
Oh, but is that good for you?
I don't know.
Okay, so mushroom lets you move...
In any direction around it, yep.
Well... Either one will let you take a Bigfoot, which I'm kind of thinking might be the good one, but I'm just going to put it up here.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
I take this mushroom, I put it...
Yep.
First on my board.
So everybody has that star in the top left-hand corner here, and that is where your first piece has to go. Every single... Oh, you get a pinecone, too. Every single piece will have a different scoring mechanism on top of your board. Mushrooms are the easiest. Every mushroom's just worth 1 point. Ferns and maples will score similarly. Ferns are going to be worth 2 points. Only if there are another fern touching it. So you can have a big old chain of them. You can have pairs of them anywhere. But if you ever have a lone fern by itself, it's going to be worth 0 points. And it has to be orthogonally adjacent.
Can't be diagonal.
Exactly. Now, maples are they can be diagonal, but that doesn't give you any points. You have to have something connected.
Yeah.
So then maples score you 2 points if they're diagonally adjacent. This is actually a really cool example right here, because this maple is worth 0 points because it has no maples around it. And then these three are all worth 2 points because there's a maple here, maple here, maple here.
Right.
Obviously,
and they have to be on your board.
Obviously, once these get translated to your board,
yeah.
that's how you.
So if you were able to place them
exactly like this, they would be worth 2 points. So ferns, adjacent, maples, diagonally adjacent. Bees.
Not the bees.
The bees. They like to have a variety of things around them, so they're going to score points based on the different symbols that are around them. So there are 5 different types of symbols in the game. They don't count other bees, but they count the other 4. So if you can get 4 different things around it, that bee's going to be worth 4 points. And it could be adjacent, orthogonally adjacent, or diagonally adjacent. It does not matter. But you can't, I mean, you can repeat symbols, but they're not going to be making it worth anymore. So you can surround it with ferns. It's going to score 1 point for having a fern around it.
But man, think about those fern points you just got.
Yeah, that's true. When we played over the weekend, someone had like ferns like all over the place. Like his board was filled with ferns, and he tied for the win too with his fern. But we had to go to the tiebreakers. I guess now is a good time to tell you what the tiebreaker is. It's whoever has the most pine cones after that. And Nikki won because of that. Anyways, the last kind of piece is the Bigfoot. And they're really cool because they like to be by themselves. Go figure. No big feet next to other big feet. So if you have one adjacent in any fashion to another Bigfoot, they're worth 0 points. On top of that, if you have any Bigfoot that share a column or a row, they're also worth 0 points. So, like, I can put one here and I can put one here. That's great, because they don't share a column or a row or anything. But if I put one here and put one in this corner, that's not great, because they share a row, so they're going to be worth 0 points.
I want to be super alone.
It's, I've thought about it just because I think about this kind of stuff. It's possible to score a maximum of 4 big feet. And it has to, like, go here, here. No, it's here. Here. It's a way. There's a way you could do it. I think you can't put them in either of the corners then. It's like here, 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 here. Yep. Those are the 4 places you put it to score 4 big feet.
Deal. I'm gonna do it.
Go for it. And obviously you can mirror that in other positions, but that's it essentially.
And whenever you take a cube that you put on your board, it has to go orthogonally adjacent to where you already have it.
So you can't put them in anywhere on your thing. You have to put it adjacent to something that's already on your board. The last bit of rules is really cool, is how you move the hiker to get cubes. So whenever it's your turn, you're going to move this hiker to a cube, and you're going to grab it and add to your thing. However, how you do that is based on what cube the person before you took. If someone took a mushroom before you, you can go to any of the adjacent spaces, even diagonally. Ferns and maples work almost like how they score. If the last person took a fern, you can only go to one of the spaces that is orthogonally adjacent to that fern. Boop, boop, or boop. If the last person took a maple, you can only go diagonally. Boop, 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 or boop. Then the bee, you can move in an L-shaped, much like a knight in chess. So I took this bee. Graham can go whoop, whoop, and end up here. You can't make stops along the way, so you have to do the full knight-shaped move. And you'll grab that thing. And then last but not least, the Bigfoot gives you the most freedom. The Bigfoot, you can go in any in the column or row that it's in. And this is the only time you can actually jump over pieces. Well, I guess the bee you can jump over pieces, but you can land anywhere you want is what I meant to say. So I can go from here and grab any of these pieces along the way. I can go from here and grab any of these pieces along the way.
And you only grab one.
Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah. Hello, Cosmic Bee.
Yep. You only grab one cube a turn. So if I had a Bigfoot and I run over here and grab this mushroom, I would take that mushroom, put it on my board, and then Graham is here and can take any of these spaces around it. The last bit on helping you move around is your Pinecone tokens. Your Pinecone tokens, on top of being the tiebreaker at the end of the game, are also worth 1 point apiece. But during the game, you can spend them to move the pawn an additional orthogonal space per pine cone you spend. So you can spend it, all of them you have if you want to, if you really desperately need a certain cube on the board. So if I have on here, I have 6 pine cones, and I really want this Bigfoot. Not this one, because it doesn't have a pine cone. This is the dumbest move ever, but I could do it. And Graham played that mushroom. I could go 1 for the mushroom, and then I can spend 2 pine cones to make it over here. Like same thing. If the bee was the last thing took, and I really want to get to this Bigfoot again, I can go bee over here, and then spend 2 pine cones to go 1, 2. So pine cones just extend your movement by 1 each. But you still have to move. You always have to move. So if I want this Bigfoot and a maple was the last thing played, I could go maple here and then 1 pine cone down this way. But I have to start with the maple move.
And if you can't move to any legal place, you just go somewhere with a mushroom?
Yep. So you don't have to spend your pine cone, so there's no legal moves around you. You're not forced to spend your pine cones. Instead, you teleport to a mushroom anywhere on the board and take it. Now, if there are no mushrooms left, and you don't want to spend your pine cones, or you don't have any pine cones, the game ends early, then and there. It actually, I've seen it happen, and I think it's only because in a 4-player game, you will use every cube on this thing. Luckily, though, there is a empty bonus, so any empty square you have left is going to be worth 1 point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that it's as if you fill the rest of your board with mushrooms. Which
okay, that's fair.
Actually, we missed that rule for a second, so poor Paul, whenever we were playing, had 36 points to me and Nikki's. We had a 3-way tie and ended up 36 points to our 37s, and then I read the rule the next day and was like, oh, he actually tied us. But Nikki won because she had 2 pine cones.
And then the other quick point rule we missed is just that mushrooms are worth 1 point each, but whoever has the most mushrooms also gets a bonus equal to half the number of mushrooms.
What's funny is I missed that. Not
you just didn't even really play the game.
I didn't really play the game. No, the first time I played it, I also missed that. But I'm going to go ahead and take this, start off with this Bigfoot and stick him in the corner, which means I can't get 4 now. I'm only limited to 3.
Take the Bigfoot.
I took the Bigfoot.
I can now move in any direction. As far as I want, and I'm going all the way over here to get this bee with the pine cone. I saw the pine cone.
You're good.
And we are gonna put the bee with the pine cone right here.
Oh, you fool! I can now take a Bigfoot with a pine. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, you could. Do it. Do it.
All right, so I have a. I'm gonna go for a bee myself now. I'm gonna bee myself. Not the biggest fan of this one because I think I have a move that I would like if I were you, but I'm gonna take that bee. All right, now another point is earlier we said we can attach these however we want to. Whenever I played the first time, another way I played wrong. I thought we had to do this in order, from left to right to top to bottom.
Oh, I forgot to grab my extra pine cone. Dude, I'm just going pine cones.
Pine cones are good.
A mushroom? Why not? We want to. I got room. Yeah,
you still got room.
No room. Pine cones.
We are gonna go ahead and take
the Bigfoot,
the fern, because that puts you in a weird spot. So that fern did not have a pine cone. I switched it.
And so fern, I have to go.
You have to go one of the adjacent.
Can I Pac-Man?
No, you cannot.
I know.
You have a mushroom or a bee, or you have to start using your.
Oh yeah, I'll use a pine cone. So 1 and then pine cone.
Yeah.
Grab myself a Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Let's see here. I could actually use another Bigfoot right now. I can place him right there and get away with it.
Could you really use a Bigfoot right now?
But I also like this move because I would like to at least have 1 pine cone. That's a get out of jail. That's a get out of a jail piece. So I gotta make sure I have at least 1 to.
It's a fern. So
you didn't grab your. Oh, you did use 1. Never mind. So you have a Bigfoot option, which you could use too.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have the pine cone. I mean, or the other fern, rather.
Yeah, Bigfoot.
Well, I actually thought about my next move as you were thinking about that, hoping you would take the Bigfoot. I want another pine cone. And this guy's going to go right here. No, yeah, there. That's fine.
And you grabbed a maple.
I grabbed a maple, so you go diagonal now. Yep. Your maple leaf's upside down. Let's go ahead and just grab a mushroom. Stick him here. Thought about grabbing another maple, but then I'd have to already commit to putting 2 more down here.
Mm-hmm. And you grabbed mushroom?
I did grab a mushroom, so you have options. Also, this bee has one of everything around it now.
That's pretty cool. I'm gonna go diagonal. Wait, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
This puts you in a spot where you don't have many options. So I'm going to take this guy right here. This is kind of interesting playing as a 2-player game. I actually like this game at all player counts, but as a 2-player game, I'm thinking much more about the moves that Graham can take too, to try to get him out of place.
And you took the B, right?
I took the B.
So I would either have to spend my Pinecone or take this.
Yep.
I'll get B domain.
B. And that was a fern, so I have a fern move. I'm firm.
You're firm on fern.
Let's see here. You can't. Oh man, set you up for your 3rd Bigfoot. I will actually go back. Oh, it's firm. Fern. Fern.
Spend a Pinecone, get that leaf if you want.
I could. Is there another mushroom with a Pinecone anywhere on this board?
No, we got them both.
Yep. Man, that's unfortunate because that would have been a good play. I am gonna do it still. Spin my Pinecone, move here, and then here to grab this. And now you have a maple, so you have 1 legal move unless you want to spin Pinecones.
Hypothetically, so I could spend 1 Pinecone to get here because I go boop boop.
Trial by stone.
Yeah, because if I go there, then you just get to warp anybody anywhere.
That's where I was kind of
saying to take this.
Okay. And well, I guess we'll. Oh, this is interesting. I'm actually gonna spin the Pinecone.
And then get it.
To get a Pinecone so that you don't just get a Bigfoot with a Pinecone.
That's good.
And he's gonna go nuzzle in right there. So now I have 2 bees that have 4 things around it. 2B or not 2B.
Yeah. And 3 Bigfoots. I think that is all the Bigfoots I want.
I think, yeah, if you start with putting 1 in the corner, I think you can only get a maximum of 3.
Oh, I started with... The problem is I put a mushroom here. That's fine.
Mhm. I'm gonna take that one. I got those two moves. I like it. We're gonna go over here and take another bee. Be happy.
So I can go to mushroom,
Mm-hmm.
fern, mushroom, or bee.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So from here, then you would get nowhere over there. You get fern, bee, mushroom.
Fern bee.
That's fine. And then we will put this guy right here. You only got one mushroom?
Apparently. Not by,
Not by choice.
not by planning or anything. I guess it works out though. We're gonna go this way and grab this fern.
And fern, I can. Okay, so
Yep.
if I go here, then you can only go there.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you go there, I would have no legal moves.
And you do a mushroom teleport.
Okay.
A mushroom teleport.
Go here. Yeah.
I am doing what you wanted me to.
And now I get to teleport.
Now you get a teleport. Any mushroom. That
No, I don't think so.
one.
Or that one. Kind of funny.
Or you can use your Pinecone and get a Bigfoot.
Oh, I can use a pine cone. Like transport to a mushroom and then.
Nope. If you go to a mushroom, you can't use a Pinecone,
right.
but you could go, since I took a maple, go here and then Pinecone. Not that you want to do that.
Okay, yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah. But you could get this if you want to. Force me to.
No, I just gotta think. Because.
Yeah, I have one mushroom, but all three of my bees are around it.
I mean, I could take this mushroom and then you'd be all set at the teleport. If I take this mushroom, you're forced to mushroom. And then I would mushroom.
Oh, actually, yeah, because you wouldn't be able to. You don't want that. This would be your mushroom. This would definitely be my mushroom. You could take this, but you don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
So then I would have done with that.
Yeah, we're gonna go with this guy.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Let's see, that's pretty decent bee for you. I don't want you to have it. I'd rather you take a maple, so I will go here and grab this fern. Let you decide between fern and maple. choice.
Enjoy your fern. Or your die.
Oh yeah.
So you take a diagonal
Mm-hmm.
or use your die.
My Pinecone.
Yeah.
I should have that be there. I had to be. You have to go there or there. Yeah, I'll use my Pinecone to take that B instead.
Okay. So I can go this mushroom or this mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of sucks. If I get this mushroom, your options are mushrooms and a fern.
Mm-hmm.
And a lone fern. And if I get
Yeah, but
this-
I'm in a position where those bees are not helping me.
Huh?
The bees are not helping me either.
Oh, if I get this mushroom, then you get this. No, I'm not. Get out of here!
So that's the one you need your Pinecone for? This is the mushroom that you don't need your Pinecone for.
Oh, sorry. And you have no pine. Sorry. Okay. I'm getting this mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I was here. I go up. And then. Yeah, okay.
Well, out of these options, I will take Pinecone B. And stick them right there.
Cone B.
Pinecone B.
So I can go. You got B, right? 1, 2. Mushroom. Something. I could get a B, which would be worth 3 points there.
Mm-hmm.
Mushroom would be worth. I can get a leaf, which would
0 points.
0 points. Mushroom. So yeah, I guess I'm taking. Oh, but that's just yet for Sasquatch. And a Pinecone.
I've been fighting to try to get set up to put a Sasquatch on my last spot.
Spending the Pinecone to get this fern.
That's not a bad move. Yeah, I'm just gonna last move take a mushroom. It's worth 2 points since it helps out a bee. All right, and then the things are done, so we can go ahead and just go ahead and do
Can we
it
tally
here.
up the scores? I'm feeling pretty good about the board I built.
Yeah, I honestly think I was gonna feel good if I get another Sasquatch. That was my defining thing. If I would have got another Sasquatch, I was confident that I would win. Now I'm still confident, but not nearly as confident. So let's start with our mushrooms.
Okay.
Count up the most. I have 2, so I will definitely not get the bonus.
I have 4.
So you'll get 6 points.
points.
Yep. I'll keep track of them separately. Boop boop boop. Mushroom bonus is on 6. Oh, I gave you 40 points instead of 4.
I'll take it. I'll take the 40.
Okay, and then Pinecones, I'll end up with 1 Pinecone to your 0. So gonna win because of that. All right, so then we're gonna go to our ferns. I get 8 points for my ferns.
I also get 8 points for my ferns.
Okay, let's go to maples. I'm gonna get 6 points.
I'm also gonna get 6 points.
Okay, now we'll go to our bees, and this is my point maker. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 for my bees.
Jeez. So this one is 4,
Mm-hmm.
and this one is 3.
This one's 4 as well.
Oh, this one's 4. Okay.
Yeah, it does have the mushrooms.
Sorry.
So you have 8
Yeah.
points off that.
8.
And see, that's
How many did you get?
I get 16. I got this one has 4, this one has 4, and this one has 4. So that's 12, and these both have 2.
That's pretty good.
That's For Sasquatch squanches though, I got 3. Oh my gosh, you're not gonna believe this. I got 2 to your 3 Sasquatch. So that puts us tied at 43 to 43.
You kidding?
And I have the tiebreaker of 1 pine
Wow.
cone. 1 pine cone to 0.
Bees are a lot stronger than I anticipated.
I mean, bees are good. I do like my bees because it's if you can get them surrounded.
Yeah.
I did. I'm not gonna brag too much here, but I did really good at getting my bees in good positions here. Yeah, like I have 2 mushrooms on the board, and they both satisfy at least 1 bee. This one 4. There's 4 bees touching this mushroom. And then I got the ferns up here for this guy, Sasquatch here for this guy, Sasquatch here for this guy.
Oh.
The Sasquatch covers these 2. This has these ones are only 2 points apiece because they both have maples and they both have mushrooms. But this 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Dang.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, 43 to 43. I actually think that is a high score for me though.
Well, knowing I tied your high score, at least.
Yeah. Northwest. Let's look at all my plays so far. It's been 3 plays. The first play is the one we did on hard mode, and I got 42 in my first play. And then the last time we played over the weekend with 4 players, it was 37 to 34.
No.
So there we go. That is Northwest, and you can see it's not a very long game. It's also, like I said, very different at different player counts. It's a lot. I kind of want to say intense at 2 players. Not quite intense, but it's a lot more chess feeling in 2 players.
Yeah.
Because you're every point you deny to somebody else is essentially a point you earn in a 2-player game. If we had 3 players and I denied Graham a lot of points, the 3rd player could just beat me. So I really want to try to maximize my own points instead.
Yeah, it's true.
But in 2-player games, it's different.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Anyways, again, if you like how it looks, make sure to put in that restock alert on mine, and it is coming in really soon. I just placed an order myself to get it in.
Yeah. Fun game. Yeah, good, nice wooden components.
And I've been talking to the publisher and stuff like too. It's designed by Rick Hugh. I don't know how to say his name. He's from Canada. The game is shipped to us from Canada. And
I will say, I wish the
nice
bag.
guy.
I wish the bag was a little bit bigger for easier shuffling of the cubes.
Yeah.
You can't really shuffle them in the bag.
Yeah.
But that's all right.
Yeah.
That's not really a deal breaker.
No.
It smells good already. All right. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
And what are you doing on Thursday?
That's a good question. We had an idea, and I don't know for sure if it's changing or not. We have Critter Kitchen and Ark Nova coming up sometime soon. I wouldn't mind putting Ark Nova to the table again.
Well, tune in Thursday for maybe one of those games.
Yeah, maybe not. I've got other games too I want to play.
Yeah.